Oh yeah, I can. So the demo at the moment only works from my computer. We still have to up. So, but I can demo it from my computer. So, and the wallet integration works as well. So, should be fine. So basically, we've been working on this game, Rune Fortress, for about 4 months now. It's gonna be a PvP based fight game, basically. Like, you ever played any kind of tower defense game, or you played Plants vs Zombies, or any of those games. It's going to be familiar. Basically, you have units against the other player units, and you have two bases on opposite sides, and you basically, the goal is to destroy the enemy base. I'm going to show you a bit of a demo a bit later. I just want to go through like the whole thing. And the blockchain part of the game is that all the units are going to be NFTs. So you can put together your deck from 54 different NFTs. And there are even more variations if you want to customize the rune and the face options as well. We're gonna release the first set of NFTs 1st of February. So if anyone wants to jump in on our closed beta as well for testing and feedback purposes, everyone is welcome. You just need 4 NFTs, and you can start playing right away. Basically, what else should I say about the game? What I haven't told yet. There will be other aspects as well. We are planning to do an upgradable base system where you can improve your town, basically, your fortress. And we are planning to do a play to earn questing system as well, where you can earn our Cardano native currency called Fortune, which has already been registered. Just to go through the tokenomics a little bit, this is our Cardano native token. We have 300 million of it. And we are also planning to do a private sale in the upcoming weeks. If you want to jump in and grab some of our utility tokens, it's going to be available next to the NFTs as well. Just to a quick rundown on the roadmap. So this quarter, Q1, we are planning to do the first generation NFT launch. We obviously have the demo ready already, and we have the Cardano wallet API functioning as well. It needs a bit of a facelift, which we are working on, but it should be ready in a couple of weeks. We launched our social media, and we created our private token as well. So the sale is coming soon. And we're going to launch our limited closed beta, meaning that everyone who is going to purchase our NFTs can join in our closed beta and help us with the testing and give us some feedback on the game as well. And if we move to Q2, that's where we're going to start working on the smart contract development, meaning that the unit's going to be similar how Axie Infinite does. We're going to enable third-party minting, meaning that you can basically join 2 units together to create a third one, a third NFT. And some of the rune options and legendary units going to be only available through user minting, which gonna consume our utility token. So you're gonna need the fortunes to run the third-party minting, and that's gonna drive our economy basically. What else wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, going back to the we are working on our network code as well, so people can start playing against each other. These modules are pretty common in Unity, which we're building the game engine in, so it shouldn't take too long to fire up the network code. So we are planning to do that around the end of March. I already got some concept art for the base as well done, and we are planning to do the base development in Q2 as well. I got Dave on board from the meetings, and he's working on sound and music. So hopefully we can implement that in Q2 as well. And obviously, just shortly on Q3 and Q4, we're going to launch our public beta on the mainnet, probably in Q3, and we're going to have the third-party minting enabled as well, hopefully. And we are planning to do a full-featured marketplace where people can buy and sell our NFTs straight from the website. And obviously, Q4, we are planning to do the public launch, and we are planning to do a competitive ladder where people can match their skills against other players. At that time, hopefully, all unit variation is going to be available. We are planning to launch a governance token as well to shape the future of the game in 2023. And now let's jump on the demo, basically. I just want to show you this showcase. This one showcases the interoperability between Unity engine and the Nami wallet, but it's working with every wallet basically that's a browser interaction and uses the Cardano serialization library. I think that's the proper name of it. I'm just loading in the WebGL game, and if you go into the deck manager, I'm gonna open my Nami wallet here. That's not the testnet. Just give me a second. That should be the testnet one. So as you can see, I have around 2,000 tokens, and I have a bunch of NFTs on the testnet. So if I connect my wallet, it immediately brings up my balance. And testnet is a bit slow today, so we have to wait till my NFTs load in. But it should be there. So I have some visual bug here. But basically, this demonstrates that we can bring in any kind of Cardano native assets into a Unity project. And how it's going to work basically is this is going to be like the facelift version of the deck manager. So through the NamiWallet API, you can basically load in your collection, and you can assemble your deck from your collection. And obviously you can play with it. Just to show you the demo how it works, basically there are 2 bases on each side, and you have to deploy your units on 3 lanes, and they're basically fighting against each other. Every unit has different strengths and weaknesses. Obviously there are like range units, there are like healer units. We are still working on the balancing, but this kind of like showcases the general gameplay mechanics. I don't know, Pete. Cool. Was there anything else I should show about this, or?
I don't think so, but there are some questions that are coming over.
Okay. Sorry. Let me open the chat so I can see. 1 second.
It's okay. I can read them over to you.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Yeah. So there was a question about the sale of the NFTs. Like, where is it going to be sold?
Oh yeah. Sorry. That's a major point. I forgot to talk about it. So we struck a deal with cardahub.io. So we're gonna be doing a collaboration with them under their distribution scheme. It's gonna be here in the upcoming days with a bit of a countdown, and we are building the marketing on this. So all our NFTs is gonna be available on CardHub basically, or the 18 ones. How it's gonna do with the first generation is that they're gonna be 500 each, and we're gonna do like a vending machine kind of style. There will be no randomization. You can just pick up the NFTs that you like, and so if you want, you can get all 18 different versions right away. So that's the plan basically, and we are planning to do the NFT launch on the 1st of February. Yeah.
1st of Feb. Okay, and how much?
Yeah.
How much were one character?
Yeah. 30 ADA is going to be one character.
30. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
And we need 6 for a deck, was it?
For the starter deck, you need 4.
4. Okay. All right. Cool.
And how we're gonna do it is basically you can expand your deck as you move on in the ladder, in the competitive ladder. So we want to give people a chance that if you build up a bigger roster, you can still utilize it later on. So I think the maximum deck size that we are thinking of is 6. So you're gonna start with 4, and you can add as you obviously go up in the ladder, you can add more units and expand your roster later on.
Right,
Oops.
gotcha. Okay. So in playing these games, you got to know like the balance, the power, and what type of attributes each one of these characters have. Like, have you got that up and available somewhere so we can have a look at them?
So how we're still working out the actual attributes that we're gonna assign to the characters. Obviously, they're gonna be like health, damage, speed,
Yeah.
movement speed, and how we're gonna do it is that stuff is not gonna be stored on the NFT. It's gonna be stored in game. There are 3 things that we're gonna store in the NFT: is the material, the headpiece, which gives the unique ability of each block, and the rune options and the face options are gonna have uh, a unique modifier to either the health, the damage, or the speed of the movement speed of the characters. And that's gonna be like 1.3, 1.2, depends which runes you are rolling for. They're gonna be like super rare runes like this one and this one, which gonna be we're thinking of doing as a legendary rune. And when you do the third party minting, uh, those gonna be like a super low chance to actually get, but these are the more common runes.
Right.
But yeah, we planning to do the balancing within the game, and obviously because we can't change the NFTs, if we store anything on the
Yeah.
NFTs, it's not changeable.
Keep it internal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you can't mint like a really early overpowered character and then dominate
Exactly.
the game for the rest of its history. That's kind of cool though. Kind of cool if you did. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah,
this
but I
guy,
don't wanna
yeah.
I don't wanna because people gonna play against each other. We don't want to like create that inequality right away. We rather have the players, once the third party minting is enabled, drive the economy and set the prices of the NFTs as they want later on. That's the plan.
Okay. I didn't quite hear that in-game minting. Can you just explain that one more time?
Oh, so it's gonna work the same way as I have to do a better slide for that. I know I'm really bad at explaining how the third party minting is, but basically what you can do
said
is
it's like
like
Axie Infinity, but I've actually never played
yes,
it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't played it either. So if you could explain how
yeah.
that actually works and the economy inside that.
So how it works basically is that, for example, if you have this golem and this block and this block in your NFT inventory, and you go and do the third-party minting, you're gonna have a chance to create a third NFT from these two by using our token, and there's gonna be a 50% chance that you're gonna have an ash golem, or sorry, ash block or a gold block. But the cool thing is that you can have, so these ones have the common runes on them at the moment, but you're gonna have a chance to roll for a better rune as well. For like this gonna be
Gotcha.
like 1%, and this one is gonna be like 0.1%. And each golem type gonna have 2 legendary unique ability as well, which gonna be like a 1% chance roll that you can still roll onto. Uh, and that's how the third party meetings gonna work basically.
Gotcha. Okay. That's
I
cool.
don't know if that it makes any sense. I'm working on the white paper at the moment, which is gonna have like a really detailed explanation on the chances and obviously the outcomes of the NFTs. But short story, that's kind of how we're planning to do.
Okay. So
Obviously, if you
essentially,
are minting together 2 ash golems for ash blocks, for example, then there is a 100% chance that you're gonna get an ash block, but you still there gonna be still a chance to roll for the legendary versions of them.
yeah. So essentially, you keep on breeding the lower NFTs, so you can hopefully get a
Yes.
legendary, yeah, and
Yes.
and have stronger characters in your deck. Gotcha.
Exactly. But they're gonna be a bit of a drawback on the legendary units as well, because we don't want people to just run like 6 legendary units in their deck. We want to balance the game on that. There should be like early game units and mid game units and end game units, and we are planning to do the legendary ones for more like a mid game and end game unit. So how we're gonna balance that in game, that the cost of deploying legendary units are gonna be much higher than an early game unit, for example.
Yeah, gotcha.
Just for a bit of a balancing, because we don't want people to just run like 6 legendary units and that's gonna be their whole deck, because then the game gets boring after a while. Unless you have a super OP deck. Yeah.
It's always like kind of cool for an underdog with really weak
Mm.
NFT units to somehow overpower and win against a full legendary set like that. Those kind of battles would be cool to watch.
Have that sweet spot in the middle there where you only get to deploy your legendary kind of like, as you say, midway through. Somebody has a chance with all their kind of not legendary NFTs to take you down before you get that opportunity to pull out the big dog sort of thing.
And we're trying to do like a bit of a shifting meta approach, meaning that we're trying to balance the game on like a bit of a shifting way, meaning that if you know that this unit, everybody using this unit in their deck because it's too overpowered, then we're trying to like nerf it or buff it a little bit. So the meta always like changing a little bit. So your deck, you always have to keep an eye on your deck to make it most efficient, basically. And we know that some of the units are not going to be that used for the PvP side. And what we're going to do on the PvE questing, where you can actually earn our tokens within the game, is that some of the quests going to have special attributes where you have to use a specific block to get a high chance of success to finishing that mission, basically. So even units that are not as good as in PvP, you can still use them in the PvE questing. So that's going to be the plan. Yeah.
Cool. That kind of encourages people to need to collect more of the sets, right?
Yeah. The bigger your roster, the better you're gonna be. The more balancing roster. So sorry, the bigger your roster, you're gonna probably be more successful in PvP and PvE as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So last time you were talking about this, you had a very low budget for the actual build, but it seems like you've got more team members on at the moment. So I'm assuming it's going to.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know if Dave is in the chat. I think he is.
No, I can't
but
see him.
Dave joined us. He was in the last Cardano meeting as well, and he turns out he's an amazing sound and music designer. So we brought him on board, and we're still looking forward. We're still looking to one full-time animator, 2D animator. So if anyone knows anyone, I'm happy to employ them right away. And we are still planning to hire 2 or 3 more Unity developers just to finish the game as fast as possible. Because now that we have the API ready, we just have to basically finish up the game and start working on the smart contract. So, and I'm planning to push the game as fast as possible. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So yeah, we are hiring animators and Unity developers at the moment.
Okay. A little bit of background noise there. I think will. I'll put up a link for everyone to follow, or if you put it on Twitter, I'll tweet it out for everyone. So if you're or know someone in the industry that is a Unity developer or animator, you can possibly work on this project. Seems pretty cool.
Thank you. Cool. Thanks, guys.
There.
Thank you.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so we'll move on to our next topic, and it's the big one, I guess. SundaeSwap, good old SundaeSwap. It's launching for us in Australia on Friday morning, I believe, after the epoch changeover. Hopefully there aren't any or too many delays. Homer, I know you're in the chat there as well. Is that correct that they're launching on the epoch time changeover? That wasn't really clear if they were going to do that in particular.
You mean open the gates for everyone?
Yeah, the beta DEX.
I thought
that.
I thought it was. I thought there was no announcement of the time, so it's going to be a surprise. Like as in, so that way there's no, site overload. You got a gradual. That way you have gradual streaming in of people and people making noise. But yeah, because everyone keeps on asking about when are they opening, but the only time mentioned is snapshots for delegations and things like that.
That is interesting. That's probably a good approach as well. You don't get that crazy like a mimicked DDoS attack from everyone hitting the refresh button over and over again, which is going to be a big pain.
Yeah, it was like when the Space Buds NFT they launched. They didn't announce it either, so it was just a word of mouth spread out.
Yeah, it was a very slow churn, and suddenly, oh, what's this thing? NFTs on Cardano. Hey, that's cool. I know a couple of people in the chat and what do you call it? Okay, my mic's a bit low. I know a couple of people in the Discord have quite a few of them. Just checking that my mic's okay for everyone.
Yeah, mate, all good.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive mic, so I really have to get up close and personal on this one. But actually, before we head over to SundaeSwap and get into that a little bit more and a little bit of a quick demo for everyone, especially on CCVault, because there's not much material around CCVault and integration with the testnet. Does anyone have questions for Attila? So silly of me not to ask before we actually get into that. Just checking the YouTube chat as well. I can't see any clear questions there, so I think we might be able to move on. Just thought I'd give Attila the space while he's here as well. Okay, so let's get into a demo of where is the screen share button? Here we go, screen share onto the SundaeSwap thing. Go live. I think it's a little bit low quality, but hey, it should work. So everyone on Discord should be able to see my screen if they hit that screen button there, whatever that button is, and I'll switch over to this one here, and that should broadcast directly over to YouTube as well. So at the moment, CCVault is probably my favorite wallet in terms of playing around with NFTs, playing around with the DEXs itself. It's quite fast, quite light. I do like NamiWallet as well. Don't get me wrong, NamiWallet is absolutely fantastic, but there's a lot of cool features in the CCVault that I really, really like. And one of them is around the delegation to multiple stake pools at the same time. I just released a video about this as well. So if you're thinking about staking to a stake pool for the SundaeSwap thing, you can actually delegate to multiple different pools. Now this one here, this is the testnet pools. So we can see some of the, the SundaeSwap pools on testnet as well. So I can see the grow pool there. I don't know if you're on the testnet there, Homer. Type in AAA, I can't see anything there, but I can see the
mine is called
ones.
Mine
Maybe
is called,
that's it. I don't know. I can't tell.
Mine is called HOM1.
But if we go here and I'll just click on account, and if no one's seen this before, we can actually create separate accounts within the CCVault wallet. So here I can have one account and delegate my balance here over to a particular stake pool, and then I can open up another one and delegate a separate amount over to a different stake pool. So it allows me to delegate to separate ones both at the same time. Now, what I'm going to do, because I do need my password to create another account, how do I know, I'll do this, and I will go quick. Desktop, there we go. Thank you. So I'm just going to add in my password here. Click on add account. And there we go. So I've got a new account there. I'm going to repeat that process. So I'm going to have 3 here. Great. Fantastic. Now, if I go into... I'll just go switch over to this one and I'll click on receive. I'll just do it for 1 actually. I'll copy that address, go back to account again, accounts, activate this one, and I'll click on the send button and I'll just send a little bit of ADA over to this one here. I'll just do this a little bit faster. I send 100 ADA. Sending password, that's my address. I have to do that switching thing again. Sorry guys. Sorry about those ad breaks. That's okay. I'll just paste in that thing again. There we go. Cool. So now I've just sent 100 ADA off to my secondary account under here. So I'll see 100 ADA appear there. And then I can actually start delegating the 2 separate wallets at the same time. But it's all in the same interface, same wallet even. So here I can see it's gone down by 100. 100's been added here. And let's go delegate for this one. Let's go staking. And let's go, I'll just delegate to this pool here. It's only testnet. And didn't save my password. Okay, I'm not going to go through that and make you watch the ad breaks over and over again. You have to take my word for it. I can put in my password here and delegate to this particular stake pool, switch over to my account, activate the next one here, and delegate again. So it's real quick. It's real easy. Absolutely love how that works in CCVault. But more importantly, let's switch over to SundaeSwap and see how it works with the DEX itself. So I'm on the test net of SundaeSwap.finance. I'll click on Connect Wallet. So if no one's ever seen this before, great. So I've already connected this once before, but a prompt does come up to say, would you like to connect to the SundaeSwap site? And it will also ask you which CCVault wallet to connect to. So if you have multiple wallets down here, it will ask you which one to connect to. Right, so I went in a little bit earlier and I did fund this wallet already. So I should have a bunch of assets in here. Oh, I've swapped to the different, yep, so let me just activate this one. And let's just refresh that. There we go. So this is a swap that I did a little bit earlier. The images are breaking for whatever reason, but let me just do a quick swap on here. So now that my wallet is connected, so if you're using NamiWallet or CCVault, it's the same process. You literally just have that indicator that the wallet's connected. And then from here, you can actually pick whatever asset you want to swap. So it'd be ADA. So I'm using ADA to buy something else. And a lot of these images are broken all over the place at the moment. But I'll click on here and I'll get some drip tokens. So for 12 ADA, I get 4,336 drip. And I will confirm that transaction, order the swap. Now that will build the, of course I need my password again. That would build the signing of that transaction, and I can paste in my password here, and that would execute the order and do the swap for me. Now, it does take a little bit of a while for that transaction to be picked up by the scoopers. So Homer in the chat here is one of the scoopers for SundaeSwap, and their pool will pick up this transaction, process it, and put it onto the blockchain. So that's my understanding of it. But Homer, you could probably talk a little bit about that later as well. So I'll just close that for now. I won't continue that process, but I will show you the next part here. So a part of what SundaeSwap is offering is liquidity pools. So with the liquidity pools, you can provide a trading asset pair. It may be a pair of SundaeSwap tokens and ADA. And with that, you'll be able to earn the fees from that liquidity pool that you've provided to. So anyone that's trading against the pairs that you've provided liquidity for, you'll be able to pick up the fees off that particular liquidity pool. So I'll just show you a little quick demo of how to provide liquidity. So I've got some ADA here, and I've got some, I don't know how to say this, NUM tokens. And I'll just click on max. So I'm going to provide a full liquidity of my whole NUM balance. Now, you can only pick on that 0.3 fee for some of the tokens, and then click on that, provide liquidity, order the deposit, and away we go. Again, I have to type in my password here. Actually might do it for this one so you can actually see it. So I'm just going to switch over again. I'm sorry. Desktop now. There we go. All right. So that's been processed. So I'll just go back up here. So I've got that pending transaction. So that's just going through, that's doing its thing. Where's my orders? There we go. So my orders has actually been done. So order liquidity deposit into pool. Fantastic. I can see it on here as well. So just refresh that. So you can see my failed swap. I can see my liquidity order here. So it's still being processed. So the order's been submitted, and that will just take a little bit of while to kick in and actually happen. And that's it. So that's essentially all you'll be doing on the DEX. You'll be either swapping assets, connecting your wallet, swapping assets, or providing liquidity. Now, it's probably good to note that there's also yield farming available on certain pools on SundaeSwap. So SundaeSwap announced that the particular pools that have official qualified pools, it is the trading pairs of SundaeSwap and ADA, Liquid token and ADA, World Mobile token and ADA, and Cards and ADA. So those 4 particular pools will have their extra yield farming available for them. Now, it's not just any liquidity pools, it's very particular ones that you need to provide liquidity for. I think there might be a little bit of a mock-up here. I've got it on my desktop somewhere. It's in one of these folders that I've downloaded. I'm not going to be able to find it. I've got like a million assets all over the place. Yield might be yield. No. Yep, there it is. Who would have known this? I found it. So this little disclaimer here is the particular pool that would have the extra yield farming available for it. So it will tell you which one it is. So you can't just chuck it into any trading pair that might be Sundae and ADA. It has to be the particular ones that is qualified for that extra yield farming. So that's something to keep in mind, something to note. Cool. All right. So the process is almost exactly the same for NamiWallet. I think my screen sharing would pick that up as well. So I'm just going to switch over here. Nope. Settings. Close. I really hate this thing sometimes. Click one too many times. Settings. There we go. Testnet. And that wallet won't have anything, so I'm going to switch over to my testnet wallet, which is a development one. That's why it's got so much ADA in there. Now in here you can already see that I've played around with this quite a lot, and I do have various liquidity pool tokens. So after you've provided liquidity, you do get this particular liquidity token to say that this is your liquidity ownership of a particular pool. So I can go in here and it should load it up, but these ones were created at the very early days, so they might not be valid at the moment. Let me just log out of this one and connect my Nami wallet so we can actually check. Connect. Yep. Bam. There we go. So that's all my liquidity that I've provided over my testing period, and that matches up to all this stuff here. The only downside is I can't look at this and say, oh yeah, this is my liquidity token for Mint and ADA. So it's not very visual that what you can see. Maybe the asset actually has metadata on it and I can view it on PoolPM. I don't know. I haven't gone that far into testing it. But I can actually send this liquidity token off to other wallets. So I could possibly trade this with other people, kind of like a bond. It's kind of interesting aspect there. So I might be able to trade my liquidity with other people, but no one's really talked about that yet. It's kind of interesting. So that's the quick overview demo of interacting with both of the wallets, NamiWallet and CCVault, on the SundaeSwap DEX. Now, of course, there's MuesliSwap as well. You can swap and buy things. And at the moment, there are a lot of people actually buying up a lot of the tokens on MuesliSwap in preparation to provide liquidity on SundaeSwap. So all of these tokens here, like Liquid Token, World Mobile, I can't remember what else was it on here that you can provide. But you can see if we look at the price rise on these particular tokens, it's been going up ever since the SundaeSwap was announced, which was this day. So a lot of people were buying up knowing that there's those liquidity pairs available. So it's quite interesting to see the reaction of what people are doing. And if I go zoom out here around the same time, 16th, it's kind of go all over the place. But yeah, people are buying up. People want to provide liquidity and earn those extra yields. So I'm going to open it up for questions, and luckily we have other people in our chat that have experience on SundaeSwap as well, so they can help answer some questions. And I'll check on the, the chat as well. Thank you, Dean, for monitoring the chat.
Yeah, there's a few questions in there, mate.
Okay. Questions, people. Questions. We've got a SundaeSwap scooper in the house, so they can help answer anything that you like. Yeah, okay. So we got some technical questions in, the YouTube chat itself. It might be easier if you come onto the Discord and actually ask the questions there. But I'll try and pick up some here and see what we can answer. So let's go back a little bit. What's the initial price of SundaeSwap? No idea. No one really knows. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about it either. We can speculate on what it might be, but let me just do the calculations for you so you can. I'll show you how to do the calculation, and then you can make a judgment for yourself. So at the moment, I'm using this site here, PoolPeek. There we go. So this site here not only shows you all of the stake pools that are a part of the SundaeSwap ISO, it also shows exactly how much is being staked at the moment. So this is the total amount of ADA that is in all of these stake pools that are available for the SundaeSwap ISO. What's going on here? Why there's a cross out? I'm assuming this cross out is like don't delegate to these pools because they're at full saturation. But this is the amount of ADA that is currently fully staked. And if I just pull up my calculator, because I can't do this in my head. There we go. So I'll just copy that. Oops. Copy. Now for the SundaeSwap ISO, there's a total allocation of 100 million. There we go. 100 million Sundae tokens. So we'll divide that by how much ADA there is. And that is how much Sundae token you get for one ADA. So one ADA will get you 0.0258 Sundae tokens. So if you want to work out the price that way, that's how much it's going to cost, how much you'll get for one ADA at the moment. That's assuming that all of the ADA that is staked to all of these stake pools will claim the Sundae tokens. So some won't, some may be already in those pools, just want their ADA rewards and don't care at all about Sundae tokens. So we don't know. Yeah, everything that was done was on testnet. Do we know if SundaeSwap are looking to do farming of liquidity? Yeah, okay. So I did answer that. So they're doing liquidity farming. I'll just pull up the blog post as well. I'll just get to it from their website. I did do a breakdown blog post about this as well, but I'll just pull it up from there. Hey, what's happened to their Medium account? Account is under investigation. It was found to violate Medium's rules. This is interesting. Has anyone seen this?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Can someone tweet that out? That's kind of interesting. I've got no idea what had happened there and what rules they may have violated.
I thought it was just me that saw that. I got that. I got that error as well earlier. Interesting. Wonder why.
No one else can tell me.
No, I mean.
All right. Anyway, let me just pull up my. I won't pull up my blog post. There's no point. But it was those 4 liquidity pools that I mentioned earlier. Okay. What's the next question? If you only have a small amount of ADA, I suggest to swap and not stake, because the staking rewards, if you do the math, will not be profitable. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Agent eyed on TV. Yeah, I do agree. Like staking for that little amount of Sunday tokens for 5 epochs might not be worth it. It's interesting to note that how much ADA has moved over to all these pools, these 84 pools at the moment. I think it was last mentioned like 13% of all circulating supply of ADA. So that's a huge amount of ADA that's moved. It's kind of crazy.
Wow.
That is nuts, yeah.
Okay, I've got a question here. Whoops, where to go? There we go. From Mun's Mania, can you show how to use Nami to delegate to an SS pool? All right, cool. I can do that. So I'll actually use this site here, PoolPeek. I'll go to the dashboard. I hadn't done a video on this because Paddy hadn't implemented this feature when I was doing the video. But this box here would say connect. It has a big green button that says connect your Nami wallet. So when you go to this website, you click on this, you click on that big connect button, and then you can go to the SundaeSwap page. You can pick your particular pool that you might want to delegate to. Let's say it's AAA. So I click on join. Yep, cool, that's what I want. And I can see the Nami trigger come up. I can see it's coming from PoolPeek. Now, it's actually really important to check what on earth is going on here, because an integration to a website can mask malicious transactions. So pay attention to what's going on here. So I'm doing a delegation of my wallet, so it's costing me 2 ADA. And then the transaction fee there. So that's pretty much right. So I've never delegated this wallet because it's a testnet wallet. I'm trying to delegate it to a live mainnet, so it's not going to work. And if you really want to look into the details, you can have a look at what's going on there as well. And then you can click sign and go ahead, and that will delegate your wallet to that particular stake pool. That's it. Now, after when you've finished delegating, I won't do it because my wallet's set up as testnet. You'll see it in your wallet. There's a little delegation drop down here, and it will tell you which pool you've been delegated to. Quick, easy. I love delegating with Web3 wallets. It's just a couple of clicks, and you delegate it to the pool. You're not bombarded by stat pages like this, wondering what on earth all these numbers are. You just delegate, and you know that you'll get a decent ROA at some point in time. So it's cool. I like it. Let's go back to there. Other questions. So
Pete,
swap ASAP when DEX launches. Does anyone have an opinion on that? Anyone else on the Discord? Would you swap as soon as the DEX launches? Would you swap to buy Sunday tokens?
I don't think you can hear it.
Sorry, Dean, you're talking, you're muted.
Probably not. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Still can't hear you, Dean.
It's gonna be too much congestion.
I don't think you can hear anybody, can you, Pete?
Have we lost the audio from the team? This is annoying.
I think it's just Pete.
It's just so Pete's been on YouTube and speaking. I don't know if YouTube
I think I've just lost audio.
watchers can hear us. But we can all hear each other, but it's just Pete that can't hear us.
There you are. Are you here?
Yeah, mate, we're here.
My God.
No, still nothing?
These audio issues. I've just lost you guys completely. And I'm probably talking over you as well.
No, all good. Is anyone on YouTube able to say whether or not they can hear the other members in the Discord?
Testing. I can hear you, Dean, but I don't know if YouTube can hear you. Okay, I think I've just cut you off though, so I'll just switch that back. Audio, video. This one. Back to this one here. So, mental note. My audio setup is absolutely terrible for live streaming. Okay, I reckon that should work again.
You got me?
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, cool.
So, Dean, what's your opinion with swapping on launch?
What was that question again? Can you go from the start?
So they were asking, so should we swap directly on the DEX as soon as it launches? I'm assuming instead of staking.
Instead of staking, instead of delegating to an ISO pool for SundaeSwap, should you just like continue to receive your ADA rewards and then just swap when it goes live?
Yeah, and just buy some up straight away. Might be cheaper on a dump or something.
That's one. I'm indifferent on that. I'm going to have to keep my ear to the ground and see how it plays out, you know. And I think it's all speculative at the moment, right? I mean, they can't say prices. They can't talk about prices. They can't even disclose prices for early investors, etc., etc. So it's going to be one of those moments where, and as was mentioned before, there's not a time, so you're kind of going to have to be online, sort of monitoring the channels to know when they are finally live. For me, as a general rule, but with still keeping my ear to the ground all day, it'd be like if I see an announcement that they've gone live and it's within 5 minutes, yeah, I'd be swapping and getting some Sunday tokens. But if I don't catch that announcement for a couple of hours, maybe not. You'd have to check it out, right? Yeah.
It's probably already run up by that time. So, like, if we have a look at history, I guess, like let's pull up the Dana token on Bitmart. So the people that don't know, the Adana project launched their Dana token. I can't remember when it was. I'll just look at this chart here. The chart will tell me. Charts are a record of history. That's why we have them. So I go back here, and the date was, what is that date? 22nd of November. So now I'll do the hourly so we can see what actually happened at that point in time. Where is the shortcut? And I might full screen this. So yeah, there we go. Where are we? Zoom out a bit more. Wow, there's a lot of price action that's moving. So you can see here, like as soon as that giant green buy, everyone was buying in. Finally, I can get there. So this is the price that everyone is buying at the initial launch of the token. So if anyone got in the pre-sales, whatever, that was the price. As soon as it launched, it just skyrocketed up to, I think, $13, $15 per token.
That week is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. That's how much demand there was for this. And, I bought up here. I'm not going to repeat those mistakes again. I thought, oh my God, it's going up. So, don't, I'm not going to give any financial advice. Do whatever you want. Just look at history and see what has happened with other tokens. So this is a repeated process. It's a repeated pattern across many other token launches on anything, a centralized exchange or a decentralized exchange. So you usually see this pattern where it goes all the way up to the top and then crashes a little bit later when people start going, let's take some profits off the top and be ahead and buy in low again. So then you see the price fluctuations, and it tends to flatten out. This was the point of that taste test that Pi was so keen about, so that we didn't see this big price fluctuations over the first 10 days. We would see that really flatten out, and then by this point, after that 10-day period, we'll see like a stabilized price. But a lot of people are pretty upset about that as well. So you wouldn't get those massive gains like from here up to the top. So that 60 cents to $15. That's massive. So you'd miss out on that if the taste test was enabled.
I think the price discovery made on this is somewhat different, given that there hasn't actually been any public sale. If you look at things like MinSwap, which had a public sale and set a price, sure, it was low, and we can see what's happened on MuesliSwap. Probably also more recently in the Cardano ecosystem is, Mobile Token. That had a price too for a public sale, albeit low, but when it did go live on MuesliSwap and then the actual sexes, it wasn't as attractive as people thought, but it's actually in price discovery found a pretty good price now. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is it's always risk if you get in early with when something's in price discovery.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that pretty much answers that question there. And let's move on to the next one. Suleiman, you're saying the test tokens have not arrived for 23 hours. So I'm assuming this is when you went through and went to the DEX and started to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm assuming you went here, you went to the beta guide and clicked on fund your wallet. I did this about an hour ago and it worked for me. It was a bit of a delay because the testnet was a little bit clogged up and had to go through that process. But it took about an hour for me to actually get that through. I'll just check my wallet.
They ran out of tokens for funding, so
they did.
I've been sending people to the faucet, the Cardano testnet faucet, where you can get like a 10,000 ADA and that's it. So if you're stuck, then just Google Cardano testnet faucet and you'll be able to put in your address and get some test data.
Thanks for that, Homer. Didn't realize they ran out of test tokens.
Yep.
They should ask people to send them back now.
They do ask people to send them back. Once you've finished using your test data, please return it to the faucet so that we can send it out to other people that want to test things out.
I've still got so much tied up in MinSwap liquidity pools that I can't unlock until they open their testnet again.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, that's hilarious. That's okay. The next round of testing for MinSwap is coming up pretty soon. So MinSwap, another decentralized exchange, for those that don't know, they're going through their testnet process on the 25th. They're launching their Laminar, their Batcher program. So there's a bunch of stake pools that are operating those. I don't know who they are. I think they're a close bit of a secret, but they'll be providing the Batcher service and the testing of that while everyone else goes through and test their DEX on the decentralized exchange on their testnet. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there as well, because it's two platforms like launching essentially at the same time, and MinSwap are going through their audit now too. So they're very close, and it seems like they're taking turns on testnet. So SundaeSwap is launching and they were, all right, great. So now that they've launched and they're off the testnet, let the next big project go on testnet and clog up the network there. So everyone's taking turns. I guess a month after each other, we'll see more and more platforms and more DeFi launch Cardano. So it's pretty cool to see. Okay, so if anyone wants a testnet for testnet ADA, they can go to testnet.cardano.org/en for English, testnet Cardano tools faucet. Maybe I'll put a link to, I can't copy it from here, but get to it, Google it, put in your address here from your wallet. So make sure it's a testnet wallet. So you click on receive, copy address, and where was it? There is faucet. Paste in your address, say I'm not a robot, request the funds, and you're done. You won't be able to get any of those other tokens that are on their DEX that you normally get, but you'll be able to swap for them and then play around, provide liquidity. So that's if you haven't done it yet, get used to the process so you know how it works, so that when it launches, you're all ready to go. Okay, can anyone help me? I can't find my NamiWallet. I add Nami address to Binance and it appears to be wrong address. Please help. Okay, this is a common issue with people on Binance. You might be using a wrapped version of the ADA token. It's not actually ADA, it's the Binance version of ADA. It's a really weird thing. They made it so that you don't pay fees on their network when you're moving things around, and it locks the actual ADA tokens on their network. It's kind of like a bridge that they built. But you may need to actually sell those ones and buy real ADA tokens on their exchange and then move them out. Hopefully that makes sense.
Make sure you've selected the Cardano network as the withdrawal address as well. If they are the right ones, you might be accidentally hitting on the BEP20 network or whatever it's called, the BSC chain.
Yep, that's it. Ooh, far out. There's a lot of questions on here. I'm just going to scroll through, and I've kind of lost track of how many questions there are. But I do actually want to get the Mere Mortals guys, Karen, if you're in the chat as well, if you want to join on here. Now, there's a lot of people that I know from talking to a lot of people from the YouTube chat and everywhere else that a lot of people have not received any native asset on Cardano yet. So they haven't received any meme coins, they haven't played around with any NFTs. So when they're looking at their Yoroi wallet and they're thinking, where on earth do these where would I get my SundaeSwap tokens? Where am I supposed to see them? That actual asset tab doesn't appear until you have something in your wallet. So if you're wanting some of these Hosky tokens, just to play around this, so you know what they are and what your assets might look like in your wallet, I think you can just dump your receiving address into the chat. And if Kyron, if you're still around, yep, you are. Give me a minute. You can see him in the chat there, Mere Mortals podcast. If you haven't heard his podcast, check it out as well. It's conversations of lots of different things. I absolutely love listening to it. There was one new one that you put out, Karen. I can't remember what it was now, but you superimposed something on your head. And I was thinking I better bookmark that to watch it, but now I've completely forgotten. Anyway, Karen will start distributing some Hosky tokens out there. It's a part of the movement to try and get Hosky out there as well. So he's our local Hosky dealer here in Brisbane. Meet him under Shady Bridge and he'll give you some Hosky.
I haven't gotten any Hosky from Kyron yet.
Yeah, there you go. Just line up.
I better put an address in the YouTube chat, hey?
Yep, just put it in the YouTube chat. It'll be it's all recorded, so I will try and get through as many as possible. It's unfortunate that you can't be face to face and actually use the QR codes and stuff to send it, because it's nice doing it that way in person as well. Okay, let me just go back to the chat. Okay, I'm just trying to find some more questions here. How high is the risk of buying Sunday at moon prices minutes, hours after launch? Arthur, the risk is very high. We have no idea how this is going to behave. Well, actually, you can think about it. How many people are delegated to these pools? We got a number here. Delegates, we have 200,000 delegates. So that's essentially how many wallets there are delegated to these pools. So we're going to have 200,000 people at least trying to get in and buying these SundaeSwap tokens. So there's about that many people interested. I think a lot of people are just sitting back going, I'll just buy the tokens instead. Like, why bother staking? So there may be that, maybe more. I know from Pi's conversations that they had close to, or probably well over 500,000 transactions on testnet over that last month. So that's a lot of activity on testnet. So it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be hugely volatile. I heard what happens after that bots buy up a lot of tokens in seconds, driving up the price and dump them back. Yeah, bot activity could happen. It's a little bit, it's bound to happen. I don't know how they will automate it. Myself, I can't think of a process to automate it, but a lot of smart people can, I guess. Thanks, guys, for everyone that was commenting in the chat about how to fix my audio.
Luke's just jumped in and said that he's going to trade Space Buds for Hosky token. So, Luke, go ahead, mate. I'll take that bear off your hands any day, dude, for some Hosky.
Don't think so. Kyron, welcome to the Discord as well.
G'day, Kyron.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Pete? I'll connect my microphone in a sec so I don't sound so shy.
Sounds totally fine. Just a little comment there, Dean. I love your ADA handle.
Yeah, mate. That's one of those OG Twitter handles that you had to pre-register before the pre-beta sale. That's
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, right. Have you got the little OG tag on it?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't think I got one of those.
Too? No?
But I did manage to mint Pete.
I got Dean as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So if anyone that doesn't know, ADA handle is one of those vanity wallet address protocols. So instead of like what Michael Jenkins has put there, that really long string address, Dean's just got that little vanity URL, vanity handle that you can use in a lot of these wallets. So if you're using Nami or if you're using CCVault, it supports those ADA handles, and you can just send ADA directly to that handle and it will work out what address to send it to. Very, very cool feature.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And for those that don't kind of grasp the concept of how that works, that handle is actually an NFT. So you purchase the NFT through through ADA handle. You obviously get to choose what your handle is. So like for Pete, he's got Pete and I've got Dean, and it's simply the $sign followed by the name, the handle that you've chosen, right? And that's an NFT. So if I wanted to then sell that, it's just an NFT sale on any NFT secondary marketplace. So for those that missed out on the beta sale, which was I think it was limited to about 15,000 handles. So there's still heaps and heaps to go. And the public sale's not yet, but you'll be able to pick some up if you want to have a search for your own name or something like that on secondary marketplaces for now, or even check. There's a way to check on PoolPM what has and has not been minted as well. So it's an interesting one. It's completely, well, in my opinion, it's revolutionary, right? In my opinion, I'm an NFT guy though. But if you look at Ethereum's and what's that domain website where you can buy your Ethereum addresses?
Unstoppable domains.
Unstoppable domains. Like that's, I don't know. It's just different, man. Having it as
ENS.
an active token is just
ENS.
incredible. Yeah.
Well, they're all centralized services, so it relies on that third party to be there controlling and pointing where things are supposed to go. Whereas this is a movable NFT, so it's completely decentralized. It relies on the blockchain.
NFT, yeah. Whatever NFT that is, whatever wallet that NFT is sitting in is the pay-in address.
Yeah.
You send it to, you're sending whatever amount of ADA and other tokens and other NFTs and other fungible tokens to an ADA handle. It just goes to wherever that NFT is. It's unreal.
Yeah. You just got to be careful not to accidentally send it to someone.
Yes, very true.
And if you're getting your salary paid to your ADA handle and you accidentally send it to someone, then you're in trouble.
Yes, exactly right. But one cool part about it though is I can see it happening where you're going to get to a point where people will mint incorrectly spelled names to try to capitalize on that. Because at the moment, if I put in Dean to try to send myself to my hot wallet or whatever, $Dean, and I accidentally spell it wrong, it won't let me send it if the NFT doesn't exist, right? So there'll be people that are probably going and minting Dean now with an E on the end of it or something, to hope that one day I try to do myself a big transfer.
Yeah, there'll be people doing the I and capital L and
yes,
zeros and O's and yeah.
There is downsides to everything, I guess. Didn't think of that. So how's our Hosky dealer going? Busy. Busy.
Yeah, no, I was can you hear me all right with the microphone?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, just sending it as we speak now. I'm just at a different address than I am, so I'm struggling with crappy internet and whatnot. So as we speak, I was going to say it's hard to beat your ADA handle, Pete, the Rug Me Daddy. That's that's my favorite so far.
I was just about to say that Rug Me Daddy was a homage to Hosky token, so it's that's why I got it. It's I couldn't resist. All right, great. So more, I can see more addresses and stuff come through. So I'm really glad that's gone out and everyone's getting some ADA handles. Nice.
Yeah, I just bought one right now. I just bought Ethereum. Surprised that was available.
Ethereum.
Yeah, it was only 99 ADA.
On a secondary marketplace?
Yeah, on CNFT.io.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. What a snipe.
Yeah, that is a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, probably no one's going to use it. They're going to say Ethereum fees are too high.
It's the novelty, right? Yeah.
If anyone else has got questions in general, anything Cardano related, SundaeSwap related, please ask away. I've gone through that demo. I've done a lot of videos lately. I've literally been pumping out a video a day about SundaeSwap. So if you're wanting any content or any learning material, there's plenty out there for you right now. All right, Arthur, we've got a question here. Will there be a live price chart of Sundae token right upon launch so that we can at least follow the price live? Also, where will liquidity come from the beginning? Okay, cool. So the first one the price, no, I don't think there will be, because like if you're expecting something like on CoinMarketCap, that's a bit of a process that they have to go through to verify that they're a valid project. They have to process and deliver their data in a particular way, in particular format as well. So that might take a little bit of time to actually get that through. But who knows? SundaeSwap team might have already organized that and done that already. But you will see them tweet out to CoinMarketCap when they're going through that process. Earlier, I think it was today or yesterday, MuesliSwap were doing that for their Milk token, so they can get the Milk token listed on CoinMarketCap. So it's literally that type of process where we've got a verified Twitter account, so you can prove that you're the right person going through the process, and that's what the SundaeSwap will have to do as well.
Did they get that up? Did I see another tweet after that Milk actually got it done?
I haven't seen the follow-up.
Okay, yeah, I saw them say, hey, they retweeted it again or something, or quote retweeted it and said, like we've been answered or something like that. I didn't check those. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That was totally out of the blue. Like, I managed to get that interview with the MuesliSwap team where they wanted to reveal themselves. And then right after that, watching the price of Milk like skyrocket was like, wow, okay, that helped the team out.
Yeah.
Now, the second part of that question, where would the liquidity come from? I do know this, but Homer, did you want to answer a question or two? I did drag you into this.
Yeah, I'll have to head off soon because it's getting late in Melbourne. But the liquidity, I assume is it a generic question?
Yeah, when the SundaeSwap is going to provide liquidity themselves, so that the question is like, where's that coming from?
Well, I know they're opening it up early I know they're opening it up early for some projects to jump on and create the liquidity pools. Exactly which projects are creating the pools for the opening day, I'm not sure. I don't think they've publicized that. But as far as their own, you're referring to SundaeSwap to ADA pair, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not actually sure what the details for that are, because I thought it was there's going to be nothing until people are redeeming the earned Sunday from the ISO. But did you have any different information, Pete, on your end?
I did actually, and I actually took a screenshot of it. I do like taking screenshots of this. I might as well just open all these while I have them here. So I don't talk in Discord much because it is incredibly crowded in there. So I just take screenshots of stuff so I can refer to it later. So here, I might as well go through these since I've got them open. So our buyers protected from advisors and investors. So early investors in the project would have bought a huge amount of Sunday tokens, and there is a vesting period, multi-year vesting period. So that means these early investors won't get their Sunday tokens until a very long period of time. Maybe like year 1, they'll get a little bit. Year 2, they'll get a little bit more. So they've got a 4-year for the team and a 2-year for the advisors. So Pi and all that won't be able to access all of their SundaeSwap tokens until the end of that 4-year period. So this is a 4-year job for them at least to get those SundaeSwap tokens. So they're going to be building up the DEX for 4 years.
Was it released annually? Was it? Like a 25% a year or something for 4 or something like that, was it?
I don't know of the tokenomics off the top of my head. Oh, here we go. So this question here was about the community supply. So our tokenomics allocation is 55%. Of what they owned, and here we go. So holders have token rights to vote in the DAO and lead the direction of the project. I don't know if I actually took the screenshot of this particular answer that was after, but the initial supply is actually coming from the DAO itself. So there's a certain amount that they're pulling out from the treasury and providing to the DEX, and that's where some of the supply of SundaeSwap tokens will be coming from.
Yeah, but I thought DAO had like pretty huge amount in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it is a large amount. Here it is. So initial,
but it's not. They wouldn't be taking out everything out of the DAO to put it in a liquidity pair, presumably. So like if you don't actually know the exact amount, then yeah, we don't really know what the ratio is going to be essentially.
Yeah. Well, they've got to keep that hidden. So you can see here in this answer of the screenshot. Whoops. The initial liquidity, so people that can't see it on the screen, the initial liquidity for the pair will be created from the community supply, and the liquidity tokens will be owned by the DAO. There'll be sufficient liquidity to meet the market's demand. So it's a fair amount of SundaeSwap tokens that will be put into play. Beyond that sensitive topic, legal stuff, blah, 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 blah. Can't talk about it.
Yeah, that's the initial price they'd be setting.
Yep. So
if the community supply, the community supply is not going to be available until actual claiming begins, right? So.
Yeah, and the claiming was an interesting one because initial conversations they said that they were going to allow claiming every epoch, but it didn't sound like that was the case anymore. Do you know? Because you look at this.
I thought it was still going to be every epoch, but yeah.
Are they not using drip drops?
I don't think so. No, currently they're not planning them to, but somebody mentioned it to them, but I don't know what they're going to end up with. They were going to just do their own thing, but they sort of jumped between a few different options. I think it was because initially they were going to do it via the DApp connector, and then support the hardware wallets, so the hard people with ledgers and stuff can do claims. They revamped, the claim process, I think. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned. But yeah, I haven't had much on the epoch by epoch or at the end, so I thought it was still the original conditions. But again, I'm not taking too many screenshots as Pete.
It's an interesting one because when you create a pair, you need to actually have some degree of value to know what that pair is. It's not a immaculate conception per se. And when you have other launches where you have a price and then you get in price discovery and it goes through the roof. So obviously they have, and I won't say price, but let me get away from price and money. They'll have a set amount of tokens per ADA that they'll be taking from the treasury. And it'll be interesting to see what that is.
Yeah, we're going to wait and
it'll be
see.
up to everyone else to put their liquidity in and see how it goes.
Yep.
Or take it out.
It's pretty scary, actually. If you think about it, like you have all this supply of ADA and World Mobile Token, for example. How much are you willing to put in? What are you willing to risk? It's going to be interesting.
Something that's not addressed well in all the reading I've done, and I probably won't go into too much detail, is how they are addressing, impermanent loss to a certain degree. Like you said, there's those 4 pairs where you get Sunday tokens, etc. But if you look at a lot of the other, dexes on different chains, etc. There's other mechanisms to provide you with some incentive to provide that liquidity on top, and there doesn't seem to be much in SundaeSwap beyond those, those 4 pairings as such. So that'll be interesting to see what happens when things do go live.
Yeah.
Yes, there's fees, etc., but it's not as much.
Yep. The fees are quite small, and there's extra fees on the way as well. So like Scoopers pick up a fee, the DEX picks up a fee. So it's the fees add up. It's going to be interesting. The other DEXs, like you said, they do have insurance against things, and bonding curves are a little bit different. So the amount of impermanent loss is less on some of the other DEXs. So we'll just see. It's going to be an interesting one. The whole ecosystem is going to be absolutely flooded soon anyway. So I'm going to just pull up a couple of other questions here. Okay, did they announce the time when the DEX goes live? No. So we were talking about that a little bit earlier. No set time. It will happen when it happens. And we've got some more addresses coming in.
I want $1 billion Hosky, Kyron.
Send over $1 billion for Dean there. That I just want to know, anyone on the YouTube chat or anyone in the video chat here, who sat there and smashed that send button to get 1 billion Hosky tokens.
I wish if I had $1 billion, I would put all just to get some good internet connection. I've only managed to send it through to one person. Every other time the transactions have failed.
Ouch!
Oh man,
that's not just me. I swear.
You must have gotten late. It got really congested once it started to pick up popularity. So it was kind of impossible to mint any coins.
Yeah. Load right now, Kyron, is 92%. If you were talking about sending those transactions out now, yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it could be that, or it could be the dodgy internet. It's one of the two is stopping it. But I'll go through it later anyway and start sending it to everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Kyron. All those addresses are recorded on the YouTube stream, so we can grab them later at any point in time. All right, it's 11 o'clock,
folks.
guys.
I gotta hit the road. It's a bit past midnight here in Melbourne, and nice chatting to you all, and see you around.
Thanks, Homer, for joining us. And if anyone's looking for a pool to delegate to, it's AAA.
Yep, we're up there.
Yep, there
single pools. Catch you later.
All right, thank you. So yeah, they're almost here. Here it says they're not at full saturation yet, but I think if you check other tools, it might be. So if you're thinking about delegating to them, just check to see where that saturation level is at. because the saturation level does affect your ADA rewards. It won't affect your Sunday rewards, but will affect your ADA rewards. Okay, how do we get out of this screen? Nope, don't want that. There we go. All right, I think we might wrap it up, guys. It's 11 o'clock here in Brisbane. We've gone for, what, an hour and a half? I think that's good. I still have video interviews to slice, dice, and get online as well. So I think we might call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for joining the Brisbane Meetup here. First one for 2022. Next month, we don't have any topics lined up yet. But if anyone wants to submit, do a presentation, whatever it might be, put your hand up. I'd love to hear it. Even if you are from overseas and you want to chime in and do a broadcasted presentation, I'll take that up as well. So, you know, whatever you got out there, I'd love to hear from it. And yeah, I think everyone knows how to reach me.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your drinks, enjoy your night, enjoy your day, wherever you are in the world. And we'll chat soon.
Cheers, mate.
Enjoy your hosting tokens.